Alright, we're going to do a quick little video on how to fillet a sea bass here. So I'm going to preface this by saying that these fish are good for up to 10 days or so on ice. If you got them iced down in the cooler real good. As long as they got a nice slime coat on them and their eyes are clear, they'll be good. Once you fillet them, the meat's only going to be good for 3 to 4 days in your refrigerator. So keep that in mind. We caught these guys yesterday in about 130 feet of water. That's why you look here, the stomach's coming out of their mouth. That's because when you bring them up from that deep of water, they experience what's called barotrauma, and their swim bladder fills up with gases that pushes their stomach out of their mouths. And there's actually proper ways to vent them or to get them back down to that depth without doing detrimental damage, but that probably happens more often than not. So all right, let's get to the filleting now. This is just a 4-inch fillet knife, but I usually use a 6 or 7-inch knife, but I just got this 4-inch knife at Walmart because I didn't have any of my good ones with me. But this is a great knife. These Cuda knives are cheap and great. I'm going to start here right behind the pectoral fin. I'm going to make a slice up behind the back of the head, just like that. I'm going to bring the knife in about midway down. Find the spine, the backbone of the fish, right below his dorsal fin. And I'm going to slide this knife right across those bones. You can feel the backbones as you slide the knife across. Get it all the way through the other side. Once you do that, you're going to apply pressure as you slice and just ride the knife right down that bone. Bring it out the back through the tail. Take the knife back through your cut that you made earlier, and you're going to come right up the dorsal fin. Get that meat off there nice. Slice it right down. Follow right down the backbone. Come through the back here. Get that out. Now right here you're going to have to cut through the rib bones. Cut that out. See, sometimes if you cut through the rib bones and through the stomach, I'll just take this, cut that out, and then I'll cut the fillet off at the bottom, right like that. For the other side, it's basically the same procedure. Behind the head, you're going to make a deep cut down to the spine. Midway down, I'm going to find the bone, run the knife straight across. Bring that out the tail, just like that. Be careful, I just got myself good. These sea bass have, they're almost, if you look close here, their spines have like a bone that comes to a point. They're like needles almost, and they'll get you good if you're not careful. It's the same thing. Run this all the way up to the top of the head along the bone. Bring this knife back down. Get that through the rib bones there. And pretty much got everything we could from that guy. So that's how you get your fillets off the fish. The second part is skinning and making sure you get all the bones. So you want to grab the fish right here in the back, hold it down with your fingernails. Kind of keep the knife on like a real slight angle with the blade angle down towards the skin, and keep pressure and just slide back and forth, and you'll take that skin right off the meat without taking any meat or leaving any skin behind. Just like that. Other fillet. This is a lot easier to do with a longer fillet knife. Usually, ideally, a 9-inch fillet knife is the best for skinning a fish, but we're going to make do with what we got right now. So now you want to remove any excess rib bones and pin bones. I mean, you could spend some time doing this if you want and really get under the rib bones and try and minimize the loss of meat, but it's really not necessary because you're not losing much anyway. Cut those rib bones off, and now flip this over. You want to get the pin bones out. So I'll start right about here, midway down the fillet. Cut straight down. Come on the other side, right at the point where you started the other cut, and just make a slight V. Get those pin bones out of there. And this is a completely boneless, skinless fillet. Really maximize the meat on that one too. Same thing, get your pin bones out. This one, and you know what, there is a couple rib bones still in there. I missed them. So that's it. I mean, that's pretty much the same method you could use for the majority of fish. You know, some are trickier than others, but for the most part, and it's the small ones that are tougher too, because when the fish are bigger, there's a lot more margin for error, and there's a lot more meat to get off of it. So the bigger the fish, the easier it is to fillet.